Ladies and gents, I now would like to read out 120265, leading aircraftsman David John Wesley service record. David. Royal Australian Air Force, date of birth the 22nd of October 1924, place of birth Kew, Victoria. Date of enlistment the 29th of October 1942, Melbourne to Shepparton as an 18-year-old. Service number was 120265. Locality of enlistment was Mont Albert. The posting at discharge was 324 radar station. Your mastering or category David, radar direction finder mechanic. Just want to highlight some really significant milestones and stories and key facts throughout David's service. David was part of an early warning system where military found necessary at the time to warn in the approach of the enemy by sea or air. To start, the gear from the United Kingdom, which weighed over 20 tons in weight, which was impossible to move to remote coastal localities, certainly not by air, which would have caused some difficulties and created a capability loss. Australia at the time designed its own lightweight air warning system, which weighed 1.5 tons, which was a much better approach and more practical. So a radar unit consisted of average of 30 to 35 people, with 65% operators or mechanics and the 35% support staff. The radar operated 24/7 every day, 7 days a week. I can't even get our ADF members to work weekends, let alone 24/7. So I always say that our people are our best form of capability and had to be set up. Therefore, technical training was so important. David finished his rookie's training and transferred to number 1 School of Technical Training, the Exhibition Building in Melbourne. He took a course which was condensed from 3 years to 6 months to become a wireless mechanic. There was great secrecy around what they were doing. I love this story, David. Every morning your drill instructor paraded your contingent and marched to your school and used to say, here's this little ditty, which I will read out to everyone. Wise old owl lived in an oak. The more he saw, the less he spoke. The more he spoke, the less he heard. Why can't we be like that old bird? Just brilliant. Brilliant and a great analogy, David. David learnt with Navy as a wireless mechanic. You graduated after 6 months and you were nominated for the RDF training at Richmond in New South Wales. This was different to Melbourne Technical College training because you had no textbooks. You had to carry everything in your head, not even allowed to make notes and take them out of the classroom. Gee. You successfully completed that course and posted to West Australia, 2 different posting localities back in 1943 and 1944. Posted a unit bearing overseas service, you didn't know where you were. You practiced erecting and dismantling your radar unit to the point where up and down running all in one day. Your return trip on the 18th of November 1945, the Liberator flight from Darwin to Laverton, and then off to the showgrounds. Your flight and the Liberator loaded into the bomb bay, and to fly 7 hours in the back of a bomb bay, freezing cold. We conducted an off exercise, the temperature gets to -6, we had to cancel it. So, unbelievable. You nearly froze to death, and how glad you were to reach Laverton and go home, and then discharged on the 22nd of February 1946, after serving 3 years, 3 months, 3 days, and like you say, 3 hours in the Air Force. What a wonderful story, and it's been an honour to stand in front of you today. And recognise your service to the nation, and we wish you a happy 100th birthday on the 22nd of October 2024. David, I'm going to come forward in a minute, and I'm going to present you with a signed certificate of appreciation from the Senior Australian Defence Force Officer and myself from RAF Base Point Cook and RAF Williams, and just a couple of little gifts to give you. So ladies and gents, so I've got a certificate, and I've got a 21 Squadron coin, and I've got a 100th our centenary cap that I'd like to present you. Happy birthday for the 27th.
Yes, yes. You look gorgeous, David. Absolutely. Thank you.
Hello, Edith.
Question for you. What would you say to the youth of today to make them join the Australian Defence Force?
Make them join. I think the youth of today need to learn discipline. And one of the best ways to learn discipline is to get into the bull ring with the drill instructor and observe everything he advises you to do.
Lucky straight comment. You can send it out my way. Yes, you other words?
Yeah. I think the RSL here, I think Brad. Yeah, much better. I think Bradford is very kind words today. I think the RSL for arranging the day. Thank you. And I think my wife, who has kept me all these years, we've been married 70 years next year.
There you go. There you go. Dennis,
And above all, I would like to thank my God who has looked after me all these years. Thank you.